What's going on, everybody? J-Man Espresso, or Jeff, back with another video, and today I'm going to do my final thoughts on the Battlefield 3 Beta and kind of compare it a little bit to Bad Company 2. So the gameplay here, this is my first game back after playing the beta almost every day that it was available. I thought it was still available today, but when I went to log on, I found out it was over with, and I was quite upset. But I got to play it pretty much every day that it was out. I played a lot of the beta, and it's going to be a long couple days until Battlefield 3 comes out. Sorry, not Bad Company 3. It'll be a long wait till that comes out, even though it's only, 2 weeks away now, right? 15 days. I'm counting the days. So the first thing I want to compare is just the the overall upgrades of the game. Now, even though it's not a sequel to Bad Company 2, it is Battlefield 3. It's still built on an improvement of the same engine, the Frostbite engine. I mean, now we're on Frostbite 2. And, the major thing that I see is the art style that they've chosen. The art style for Bad Company 2 here, while it has a level of realism, and up until, when this was the newest thing out there, it looks very realistic. You can definitely see a level of artistic quality to it, a level of, drawing, a level of, art, really. I mean, it's got that realistic look, but you can definitely see that it's something that was drawn and something that was created, where with Battlefield 3, it seems they went for a much more realistic art style, a much more realistic color palette. Skin tones, buildings and whatnot, they went for a much more realistic look, and that's all built into the engine that they're using. And I think that's a major upgrade, and it definitely adds to the immersion. I mean, the first time that I saw a kill cam, and it was right up in the guy's face, the first thing I said was, wow. I mean, that looks like an actual person. So to be able to build an engine to handle that, really fantastic. I mean, the graphics overall, major upgrade. I didn't really play it on the consoles. I only played it for a very short period of time on the PlayStation 3, so I'm not going to comment there because I really don't know how much it has improved or not. But I'll say on the PC, it's just an absolute 100% improvement, and that's saying something, because I think the graphics of Bad Company 2, with the DirectX 11 and whatnot, is really already outstanding. The other thing would probably be character movement. A lot of people have said in the past that Bad Company 2 can feel a bit heavy, and I feel like you're kind of lugging around and your character has this natural lag to it. I don't necessarily agree with that 100%, but I do think that your characters do feel heavy and sluggish a little bit. But in Battlefield 3, I think they've improved that to such an extent that you still feel like your character is carrying a lot of gear, like a soldier would. But you feel more nimble, you feel more agile, you feel like you can move around better. And, that's definitely a much more realistic thing. I mean, in war, in battle, yes, soldiers are carrying a lot of gear, but they're also hauling ass so they don't get shot, So, I mean, it's definitely an improvement in my eyes. I mean, some people I'm sure won't like it. They'll say it's, more like Call of Duty. And, I just have to disagree there 100%. I don't think it's like Call of Duty at all. As don't get me wrong, I like Call of Duty. I just think it's a different game. And then one other major thing that's going to be the vehicles and the maps. All right. Now, if you got to play Conquest, Caspian Border, awesome, by the way. If you got to play that, then you'll know the amount of vehicles in Battlefield 3 as compared to Bad Company 2. It's got to be like triple the amount. I mean, there was Jeeps all over the place. There was transport helicopters. There was attack helicopters. There's jets. There's tanks. There's mobile anti-air guns. There's stationary anti-air guns. I mean, just a massive amount of vehicles. And, that's awesome. I got to drive the tanks. I got to try out the mobile anti-air guns. The mobile anti-air guns are similar to the tanks that are on like Laguna Presa, that have the chain guns instead of the shells. I know a lot of people often correct commentators and say they're APCs. They're not really tanks. But to the layperson, when you see it, it's a tank. But the tanks that have the smaller guns, they don't have the big shells like you see on Arica. Those are like what the anti-air guns are for, and they're still effective against tanks too. You can still break through tank armor with those with that ammunition. But there's a hell of a lot more vehicles in Battlefield 3 than you saw in Bad Company 2. So for you people that like vehicles, you're going to enjoy that. For you people that don't like vehicles, well, just to be frank, Really? You're playing a Battlefield game here. You know there's going to be vehicles, right? Okay. I'm sure there's not too many of you like that. You know, but the map size. Bad Company 2 has always had big maps. Take a look at Arica. Take a look at Panama Canal, Atacama Desert. Huge maps. I don't think Operation Metro is a fair showing of the map size, because when we got to Caspian Border on the PC, wow. A huge increase in map size. And as far as I'm concerned, the way DICE builds them, where the maps are huge, but they make them so that a lot of the combat is still close quarters, but you know, some of it is, and some of it is, you know, long range. They make it so that you have these large maps that still have close contained battles. Awesome. I mean, really, if you ask me, it's an upgrade on every front. I don't think there's one thing that they fell on. I mean, there's a couple of bugs and glitches here and there, but it was the beta. I mean, there's going to be bugs and glitches. Me personally, I'm actually surprised how smooth the beta was. I didn't have nearly as many problems as people were saying they had. My beta experience was actually pretty smooth. You know, I loaded up the game and played it. Very rarely did I have any problems. A couple times I couldn't get into matches, but other than that, it was solid. You know, so my final thoughts on the beta, I mean, that's it in a nutshell right there. I mean, I think they made a real solid improvement on every front over Bad Company 2, you know, and I know that it's not a sequel to Bad Company 2, it's a direct sequel to Battlefield 2, but, you know, the last Frostbite game they made, really, you know, I guess Medal of Honor, I'm not sure if that was Frostbite or not. Yes, it was, I believe. You know, but the last actual game they made was Bad Company 2 and Vietnam. And Battlefield 3 is just a totally different game. I mean, the art style just makes it look totally different. It makes it not even look in the same realm. I mean, you have Bad Company 2, which has a level of realism, but has that level of, you know, cartoonishness to it, sort of, that Battlefield 3 just doesn't have. So if you ask me, I think that was a phenomenal beta. I think we got a very little taste of what we're going to see in the final game, and I cannot wait for Battlefield 3 to come out. It really couldn't come fast enough. So this year was just my first game back. Not bad. Bad Company 2 is still a solid game to play. I'll be playing it until the full game releases. So I hope you liked it. Make sure to check out my Battlefield 3 giveaway. You can win a free copy if you like. And I'll leave a link to that. And that's about it. All right, everybody? Hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you leave a comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you later. Until next time, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.